Cinderella, kindness is rewarded. Once upon a time, in a small kingdom, there lived a sweet and gentle girl named Cinderella. She was kind to everyone, people, animals, even the tiniest mouse in the kitchen. But her life was not easy. After her mother passed away, her father married again. Her new stepmother was proud and unkind, and she had 2 daughters who were just like her. They made Cinderella do all the chores: sweeping, scrubbing, and cooking. While her stepsisters wore fine gowns and jewels, Cinderella had only a plain dress and wooden shoes. Still, she never complained. Kindness will make the world brighter, she often told the little birds that sang at her window. The invitation. One day, the king announced that a grand ball would be held at the palace. His son, the prince, would choose a bride, and all the young ladies of the land were invited. The stepsisters were thrilled. "We must look our best. The prince must notice us," they cried. Poor Cinderella helped them dress in silks and ribbons, though her heart longed to go, too. "May I come with you?" she asked softly. Her stepmother laughed cruelly. "You, in those rags? Stay home and clean the ashes from the fireplace." Tears welled in Cinderella's eyes as she watched them leave. "Alone in the kitchen?" she whispered. I wish I could go, just once." The fairy godmother, at that very moment, a warm light filled the room. A gentle woman with a sparkling wand appeared. It was Cinderella's fairy godmother. "My dear," she said kindly, "you've been good and patient, even when others were cruel. Tonight, your kindness shall be rewarded." With a wave of her wand, the fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a golden carriage, mice into horses, a rat into a coachman, and lizards into footmen. At last, she touched Cinderella's dress, and it shimmered into a gown of silver and gold with glass slippers that sparkled like stars. "Go to the ball, child," she said. "But remember, the magic lasts only until midnight." The ball. When Cinderella entered the palace, everyone stopped and stared. She was so graceful that no one recognized the poor girl from the ashes. The prince bowed low before her. "May I have this dance?" he asked. They danced together all evening. The prince spoke with no one else, for he had never met anyone so gentle and kind. But as the clock began to strike 12, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning. "I must go," she cried, running from the palace. In her haste, she lost one glass slipper on the steps. The prince picked it up, bowing to find the mysterious lady who had captured his heart. The search! The next morning, the prince's servants carried the glass slipper throughout the land. "The lady who fits this shoe shall be the prince's bride," they proclaimed. At Cinderella's house, the stepsisters pushed and squeezed, but the slipper was too small. Then Cinderella shyly asked, "May I try?" Her stepsisters laughed, but the slipper slid onto her foot, as if it had been made just for her. At that moment, her other glass slipper appeared, sparkling on her foot. The prince, who had followed the servants, recognized her at once. "You are the one I have been searching for," he cried joyfully. Happily ever after. Cinderella forgave her stepmother and stepsisters for their cruelty, though she did not forget the lessons she had learned. She married the prince, and they lived happily ever after, ruling with kindness and fairness. And so, the little girl who once sat among the ashes became a queen, not because of beauty or riches, but because she never lost her gentle, kind heart. Moral of the story: kindness is always rewarded. No matter how hard life may seem, goodness and patience will bring light in the end.